about to start. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for coming out for our Autism Radio event and really supporting the autism community. I really can't thank you enough. It's a real special night here as for our third annual Casino Night. We also like to give some special thanks to our sponsors, North Jersey Federal Credit Union, Turner Construction, M&T Bank, and TSIP. We'd like to thank them because without their support, we wouldn't be able to continue doing our programs that we run here throughout the state of New Jersey. I'd also like to take a quick moment to give special thanks to my team, who's really the backbone of my organization, and also my friends and family. Scott Nagel, who does all the artwork, our ticket sales, he does the website, all the graphics, a lot of behind the scenes work. He spends hours and hours a week of working constantly, keeping things up to date on the website and just dealing with a lot of stuff. And anything I throw at him, he jumps on, which is great. So I want to thank him. Also, we have Mike Capizano. He's in the house somewhere. He's the one who kind of keeps me calm in a lot of moments and also excitement at the same time. But he's also our treasurer, who kind of keeps every penny tight, so keeps me very focused on that. So I want to thank him very much to keep our budget tight. I also have a very special lady who happens to be his wife, Renee Capizano, who's in the back. She was a huge, intricate part that you see tonight in putting to this event together tonight, because without her, this event wouldn't happen. I'm going to be honest. She got probably 90% of the prizes you see tonight, so it's absolutely incredible. And also we have our good friend, who's probably up front, I'm guessing, is Wendy Oshiro, who took all these gifts into her home. And thank you, Don, too, because I know Don's out there somewhere, too. But, oh, there's Don in the back. So Wendy had all these gifts at her house, and she made these baskets all look so beautiful. So I really give her a special thanks. Also like to give a special thanks to my wife for giving me so much time to be away from home, because I wouldn't be able to do half the things I do without her support, of course. I also like to thank my family as well, my mom and dad who are here tonight, and I have a lot of family and friends who support me as well. You know, my journey in the world of autism, like most fathers, I think, you know, you dream of doing so many different things with a son. When my son was born, I had so many plans to play things like baseball and football, and just to be able to go to the park. And, you know, 11 years ago, not too long ago, 11 years ago to the date, he was diagnosed with autism, which was devastating. And that's really the only word I think you can get. And a lot of family that's here tonight have children with autism, and they get it. It really changes your whole world and your perspective of how you think things are going to turn out, and they don't always turn out that way. So just trying to find support was very challenging at that time, and I sat on the couch. I had shoulder surgery at the time, and I said to myself, you know, my wife and I went to like one support group, I think, and just finding a babysitter at the time to get away was really challenging. And that's kind of what came up with the idea of doing Autism Radio and Hope Saves the Day. Is really trying to reach out to family and friends and people that just need support on a day-to-day basis. And we took it a step further. We became a nonprofit 501c3 back in 2010. This is our 7th year now. And we really have made an impact on a community. And I have some really special people here I'd like to invite up to the microphone. We'd like to say a little something. She's actually a single mom. We have Rosini Lavati. I had the pleasure of working with her and her son Darwin for the past couple of years. So she'd just like to say a little something. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Rosina, and I'm honored that
Paul Cimins, the founder of this very special organization, asked me to share with you a little bit about what Autism Radio means to me personally. Like many of you here tonight, I'm a member of the autism community. My 10-year-old son, Darwin, was diagnosed with autism at age 2 in 2009. At that time, I had no idea where to even start. I couldn't find much information about autism, and I couldn't find any families that resembled my own. The awareness that Autism Radio brought to the public about autism has been an amazing service to our families and a tremendous feeling of support. As many of you know, finding resources or support can be very challenging. It's one of the things that I've personally struggled with. There's a lot of red tape, and sometimes you just want to pull the covers up over your head and give up. When Darwin was 5 years old, his communication was still very limited. He had maybe a couple 3-word sentences, but I knew that he was capable of achieving more. As usual, I was scouring the internet looking for helpful information, and that's when I learned about children like my son who were having success using educational apps on iPads. Being a single mother made a purchase like this difficult for me. I heard that some organizations supply children who have autism with iPads and communication devices. So I contacted the first link I saw, and nothing, no response. Then I contacted another, nothing again. Just when I felt like giving up, I tried one more, Autism Radio. I couldn't believe it when I received an email from Paul telling me that he was sending Darwin an iPad. I finally found somebody who was helpful. I actually had to reread it. This was back in 2012. The iPad was so great for Darwin, and in time, I could see it was really supporting his language development and communication skills. Fast forward 5 years later, my son is now 10 and has a huge vocabulary. But he still struggles a lot with the social aspect of communicating. This year, Paul sent Darwin his second iPad. I emailed Paul again explained about how Darwin's iPad was starting to freeze up and run slower because the newer apps won't run as well, and having a son with anxiety is not really good when your iPad is freezing up. Paul asked me to just go through the services again on his website, and I did, and along came Darwin's new iPad along with iTunes cards, t-shirts, stickers, and a My ID bracelet. Another important gift in that box was one that you can't see, but that you can feel, peace of mind. Darwin was so happy about his new iPad, and I was so happy to see his anxiety lessons. Great things really do come in small packages. Raising awareness about autism is important, and having events like this tonight are incredibly helpful to individuals and families struggling with the trials of autism every day, whether it be iPads for autism like my son received, or many of the other partnerships that they have like Snap Laces, Temple Martial Arts, My ID, Project Lifesaver, Safely Back Home. The gift of these programs give our children a chance to be exposed to amazing opportunities and to feel accepted as part of something important. Autism is now being understood more and integrated into our communities more and more every day because of people like Paul and everyone on his board. Above all, I believe that these programs give our children confidence, and to a parent like myself, there's nothing better than seeing my child happy and confident in himself. I think I can speak for everyone here tonight who came out to support this event when I say that we greatly appreciate how hard you work, and we also appreciate everyone here who donates to this cause. Hope really does save the day, and we can't thank you enough for the impact that Autism Radio has had on our lives.
Thank you so much. We also have a couple of special honorees tonight too. That, we don't always have a chance to thank all the people on a day-to-day basis of all the hard work they do to help run our programs. And one of our very early on programs called Swim for Hope. And we have two amazing ladies I'd like to call up here tonight. We had children that couldn't even swim a lap at one time, and now they can swim a lap, and not only that, they've actually joined our team, Team Hope, which is for the Special Olympics that we compete at. And without these two ladies, we wouldn't be able to continue the program because they deal with the day-to-day stuff. They also deal with me, which sometimes could drive her a little crazy, but she knows it's all good now. But it's amazing, and also her whole family, both of their families are also involved in volunteers. So it's not just the two of them, but it's their whole families that get behind the Swim for Hope program. So it really makes it very special. So I'd like to call up here Carolyn Waterman and Paula Horn. want to present Carolyn with our 3rd annual Hope Saves the Day Award. This is a very special award. And also Paula Horn.
So Paul and I talked, I guess I'm talking for us. I just want to say that both of us are really lucky that our children have wanted to do this with us, and we get the chance to also volunteer and be a big part of this team. Paul, when I first came, I had Samantha volunteering, who's now a senior in college, and she, was doing her volunteer thing, and I was sitting there feeling useless, and I'm like, all right, put me to work. So then it became, okay, I can't be here anymore. Can you do this? Okay. So then I got really busy with work, and I said, Paula, I need you. She was coming with her daughters. And so now my 14-year-old has been coming for 4 years, also volunteering. And we are very lucky that our family has been so supportive of us, and our kids want to be part of this. And we're very lucky to be supporting all of your kids that are part of the program, because every Saturday we go there with a big, maybe a long week at work, and then all of a sudden we get there like, oh, this is why we're doing it. We see those smiles and we see all the joy that they have when going in the water, and so it makes it worth totally. So, thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for bringing children to us. We love them, and it's a part of us now. Thank you.
Well, I have one last special guest here tonight I want to present an award to. He's been there from the beginning of Autism Radio, whether he knows it or not. He actually printed our first flyer ever that we had, our first flyer back 10 years ago. Even the program you see in front of you tonight was also done by Wheel Grace Company. And he's even donated materials, prizes, has always been very, very supportive of Autism Radio. And he really helps us in a bigger way, because a lot of those things would cost a lot of money, thousands of dollars over the years, and he's always donated it to us without even blinking an eye. I'd like to present our 3rd annual Autism Radio Hope Saves the Day Award to Emil Salvini.
Thank you, Paul, and everybody here tonight. As Paul said, we've been able to help by my wife and I through our company by donating printing, by providing some gifts for the silent auctions. And when Paul comes in with my nephew Scott, he'll say, what do you got that maybe we can auction off this year? Usually they're pretty good, but we did find out the Mickey Mantle ball I had for 15 years was a forgery. So Paul did come back and said, I'm sorry, we had tried to get this authenticated, but I think your buddy signed it. So, other than that, I'm proud to receive this. And but I think the real heroes are Paul, his board of directors, my nephew, and his crew. And maybe we could give them a round of applause. Thank you. And one word of advice my mom used to give me was, if you're public speaking and you hear applause, it's time to take your seat. So, thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, I want to thank everybody, and want you guys to let you know that the buffet is now open. So enjoy the rest of the festivities. And we also have one last special thing we're going to do now, actually. We have a mom in the house and her son. Where is Maria Cordova? And Justin?
When looking at it,
Here they come. It's moments like these that, for me, mean more than anything, to be able to do this today. So Justin, we have something for you that you've been looking for a very, very long time, and it's right behind you. It's a blue bike, just like you wanted, Justin. You're welcome. And don't worry, we'll help you take it home if we need to drive it. It won't fit in the car.
Paul, I want to thank you so much for inviting us and for this awesome gift. I also have here with us Sandy Relly. She was an amazing person who taught Justin how to ride a bike about probably like last year. So she's so strong too. I was like, how are you gonna get him to ride a bike? He's so big, and she did it, and she was a great help for him. And I'm so proud that at 16, he's able to ride a bike now, and now he loves it. Thank you so much.
Mr. Cimins?
We have a $50 pledge for 5 ticket boards for anyone that's interested, by the way. If you want 5 boards for $50, put your hand up. We have a special right now.
Special right now for the kids.
Right now for the kids.
5 more bikes. All right.
$50? Yeah, 5 more. You guys? You got 5 more?
You bet. You bet. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't have.
Cash, credit card. If you need credit, see Mike. $50 if you need credit card, go see Mike.
Can we actually do it?
We're going to be calling the tables to come up so they're not so crowded at the buffet at once.
All right. They stick together. Thank you. I probably gave you work out now. All right.